In today's verses 31 to 33, Sri Krishna, the Master, shifts the discussion from the nature of the self to the cost of refusing an action. Here, Krishna exposes a common human tendency, one that often hides behind spiritual language. He shows how avoidance can be mistaken for peace, how fear can be defended as detachment, and how inaction can be presented as virtue. Krishna does not treat this as harmless. He treats it as something that quietly damages the person who avoids the action. Let us see why. Before we proceed, let us invoke the clarity. With this, let's begin the invocation prayer. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanooramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahaihi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Let us chant from the 31st sloka. Svadharmamapi chavekshya na vikampitum dharmyadhiyuddha shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate yadruchaya chopapannam swargadvaramapavrutam sukhinah kshatriyah partha labhante yuddhamidrusham. Atha chetvamimam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tatasvadharmam kirtincha hitva papamavapsyasi. Akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyamti te vyayam sambhavitasya cha kirtihi maranadatirichyate. Bhayadranaduparatam mamsyam te tvam maharathaha yesham chatvam bahumataha bhutva yasyasi laghavam. Avacyavadamscha bahun vadeshyamti tavahitaha nindantastava samarthyam tato dukkataram nukim. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshyase mahim tasmaduttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischayah. Sukha dukhe same krutva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papamavapsyasi. Esha te bhita sankhye buddhiryoge tvimam shruna buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Krishna's argument here is direct. First, he reminds Arjuna of Svadharma, responsibility arising from one's role. Duty is not chosen based on comfort, it is given by circumstance and responsibility. In 31st sloka, Svadharmamapi chavekshya na vikampitum arhasi dharmyathi yuddha shreyonyato kshatriyasya na vidyate. Krishna then exposes a subtle distortion. When action is difficult, the mind searches for a respectable excuse to avoid it. I am being peaceful. I am staying detached. I don't want conflict. Krishna does not call this as peace. He calls it abandonment of duty. If your role demands action, silence is not neutrality. It becomes a quiet betrayal of one's own integrity. Krishna, the Divine Master, goes further. For a person of character, the loss of self respect is more damaging than the hardship of an action itself. Honor erodes faster through avoidance than through an honest, even failed effort. This is the high cost of so called peaceful avoidance. It damages the inner structure, and Krishna calls that as papa, not because action is violent, but because avoidance corrodes the self. In 33rd sloka, atha chetvamimam dharmyam sangramam na karishyase tata svadharmam kirtincha hitva papam avapsyasi. You will gain papam. Practical application, the integrity audit. Krishna's teaching here is immediately practical. Begin with one question. In what capacity am I here? A parent? A professional? A leader? A caretaker? Duty is defined by responsibility to others, not by personal comfort. Next, check the label you are using. Are you avoiding a hard conversation because it is virtuous or because you are afraid? Don't call fear by the name of peace. Finally, choose action for integrity. Choose the response that preserves self-respect even if the outcome is uncertain, aligned with dharma. Real peace does not come from avoiding discomfort. It comes from meeting the demands of the present moment without self-deception. Krishna is not glorifying conflict. He is correcting avoidance of an action. When duty is clear, refusing to act is not spirituality. It is erosion of character. So we'll continue with the next verses in the following session. This reflection is offered for Svadharma. Svādhyāya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.